Hello and welcome back to another enthralling episode of Thumbs Up, the photography show, where your mind will be expanded in ways that you did not think possible. Today we've got a few things that are just a little bit different. So buckle up babies, we're going for a cracking ride.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Thumbs Up the Photography Show. In this episode I do something a little bit different, a bit of commercial photography actually, where I photograph a VW camper van ready for sale. But first of all, let's head over to Louise and see what's expected in the rest of the show.
Coming up, I take you to France where I'll show you a secret inside of this impressive beast. Martin stands in some mud, waves his hands around and photographs sticks. Gary shares an impressive waterfall. But first, let's go back to Steve and that commercial shoot.
Okay, so today we've got this van that we've got to go and photograph for sales purposes. I've got a location literally just down the road that we go to photograph, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you through my routine of how I do it. This one is a VW Transporter long wheelbase. What my idea is to pick up on the features that it has, the special features. It's a converted camper van, so we'll pick on all them things: pop top, cooker, fridge, anything that it's got, we will photograph inside and out. There's a lot of these vans that are detailed, got their personal touches on, so we'll highlight them. Has it got sat nav, radio, mileage, all the things that you would do on a normal car as well. So we're just pulling in, and I've got a position that I like to
there's posh.
to sit in, which is just beyond here. I like to get it in one position so it works better when I photograph around it. And the position is somewhere here. And the reason why I get it in the position is because of where the trees are and where everything works. There's a junction in the background here that I have to try and hide, so it's quite important where I get the position of the vehicle. Sometimes I will move it slightly, depends on what time of year, things like that. I always have a routine when photographing these vehicles because I don't want to forget anything. So I've got into a routine of where I start and when I finish photographing the outside and then the inside. I will do a couple of shots first without putting the pop top up, just to show everybody the vehicle without it up, and then I shall put the pop top up. A couple of very simple shots. I'll go one side, I'll go at the front and go the other side at a sort of a 20-degree angle, and then I'm just going to get one from one side, whichever side I choose. Something else I always do is I'll keep my bag inside the van while I'm doing the outside, and then I will move it when I'm doing the inside so we never get the bag in shot. It's really important. Now we're going to move back a bit and work around the vehicle. We start off with the front shot, and then I'll work to my left, and then we'll just grab that first shot, focusing on the front end of the vehicle. So yes, we're going to grab the side shot at about 20 degrees, looking down the side, and then we'll grab one around 45 degrees. So it's just a matter of just walking around the vehicle, roughly somewhere here. The next thing I am looking at is actually the background, because we can move it a little bit to get a nicer background looking shot. I shall work around the van and get the rest of the shots. Again, I'm going to work from front 20 degrees, 45 degrees, one side on, maybe a couple of shots up and down, and then change the focal length as well. And then we'll do 45 degrees at the rear, 20 degrees at the rear again, and then we'll work all the way round back to the front of the vehicle. The other thing I'm quite conscious of is when I'm taking photos this way is the road behind. I don't want any cars on the road, so I'll try and time it for when I take the shot. Before I go any further, I'm going to get some more detailed shots, looking at the wheels, front grille, the lights. Sometimes I put the lights on. In daylight, you don't normally see them, so it's hardly worth me putting them on. If it were darker, I'd definitely put them on to show these nice LEDs. It's had the calipers painted, so I'll get a photo of those. The decal along the side, awning, pop-up, coloured mirrors, all that stuff. I'll get some nice detailed shots. 240 up here, so I'll just take a photo of that. A lot of vans don't have that unless they've actually professionally fitted. So I'll just take a photo of that. That's just a sign to say it's quality built. Another important thing for these vehicles is the tailgate. Knowing the subject is quite handy. Having a camper van for a while, I know that people love the tailgates rather than the barn doors. So it's important to get a shot of the tailgate and show that. So I'll shoot it closed and open. I am going to turn them wheels round now so I can get a photograph of them. I might actually have to do it from the other side because the grass this side. Now, obviously you can see the wheels are turned facing towards me on this one side, and shoot it again from here so we can get a good shot of the wheels and it looks more dynamic. It looks great. What I'm actually after is around 60 images of the vehicle, or maybe more. The more the better actually. Join me later where I show you how I photographed the interior of the VW camper van. But first of all, let's head over to Louise, where she's got a one-shot wonder in Brittany, northern France.
I am here in northern Brittany at the really gnarly, rough as nuts coastline, which is being softened somewhat now by the sea. I'm going to do what I think may be a one-shot wonder. You see, online I have seen a lighthouse with a rather wonderful spiral staircase, and I've got a bit of a thing about those, so I've dragged somebody right the way across Brittany just to get a boat to it. It's not even like it's far, it's 5 minutes off the edge.
Edge?
Coast, slipway, whatever, it's 5 minutes.
After a heck of a lot of research, I located my lighthouse to the Ile Vierge, 32 kilometres north of Brest. I booked our tickets and set off for a very short photographic adventure.
Well, that's where I'm headed.
All this fuss for a staircase? Ridiculous.
And it's one of those areas where you have to just go with the tide. So there's no set time for the boat rides here. You just have to look online and book and leg it. So that's what I've done.
Your poor husband.
I hope this isn't going to be a damp squib.
So do we. These little boats run very frequently and they give you an hour on the island. That is absolutely sufficient.
Well, I think it's safe to say that is a quick turnaround. It actually docked for about a minute and a half and you had to get on fast, show your ticket, and off it went. In fact, 3 or 4 people just missed it by about 30 seconds. Wow, that's efficiency.
Finally, it was our turn to travel to this 6-hectare island. Actually, there are 2 lighthouses, one shorter and square, and the other, the object of my affection, is the tallest stone lighthouse in Europe and the tallest traditional lighthouse in the world. That's impressive.
Right, I have 1 hour here and I have bought 1 lens and obviously 1 camera, no tripod because there's no space for it in that. God, I hope I've done my research right because I look a right plonker if I haven't. Well, it is 365 steps to get to the top. I'm not sure whether I want to get to the top. I just want to photograph those stairs.
You didn't come all this way?
We'll see.
Not to climb. Well, this is what the fuss is about. What you're seeing is approximately 11,500 opaline glass tiles, and they give it a beautiful blue tint. It's just a matter of finding your spot and your angle and trying not to lose your balance. This was my first attempt. With a just off central focal point, I couldn't help but think there was perhaps something a tad more exciting compositionally. Well, exciting might be somewhat overstating the case, but it does feel more comfortable. Perhaps because it resembles a little bit more the golden spiral as overlaid here on an early edit.
But I'll tell you, I took a risk. With that 24-105, it's only just wide enough, and I mean only just.
Ever the optimist?
But that's still wide enough.
Exactly. I confess that these were deceptively difficult to process. Having selected my crop, my job was to really direct the eye through the scene to the top. I had to consistently cross-reference with the video footage that I've taken in order to assure myself that I wasn't doing anything daft like overcooking the blues or getting the lighting wrong. Eventually, a whole series of masks, principally dodging and burning, led me to this. And I'm still not totally happy with it. Interestingly, this black and white was easier to work with, although I'll go back to both this and the colour in the future.
Now they decided to build the biggie because this one here wasn't fit for purpose. It's too small.
Don't.
Size matters.
Naughty.
Now I've photographed on this coastline before and you have lovely pink rocks and lots of treacherousness, which is fascinating at high tide. But when it comes to low tide, Well, it's nothing but a blooming mess, to be frank.
And it's for that reason that it's hardly surprising that Brittany has so many lighthouses, all very different in character. All too soon our time was up and we headed back to the mainland before an extraordinarily long journey back to our campsite.
Okay, so that may not have been a total one-shot wonder. It may have been a 1.5 to 2-shot wonder. I don't know. Mad ISOs. See how it turns out.
Sometimes you've got to take a risk. I may not have an award-winning shot, but I've got great memories that to make me smile now, boom.
Well, thank you for joining me. It's now over to Martin for his adventure.
I've come to Anglesey this weekend with the wife, and I've done just enough wife points to pop out for a quick shoot this morning. There was a fantastic sunrise this morning. Unfortunately, I completely missed it. But those viewers of season 1 may remember that Suggy set himself a challenge to see how many shots he can get in 10 minutes in Lofoten. Well, this morning, a little bit different. I've got the one lens, 35mm Samyang. I'm not going to use a tripod, so between now and getting back to the car, I'm going to see what photos I can get with just this one lens. So, let's go and see what we can find.
Well, there's setting yourself a challenge, and then there's this. Crikey, Martin, good luck.
Don't worry about me, I'm absolutely fine. I haven't fallen over, I haven't hurt myself. But I have found an image I think is alright. I've got a bit of seaweed here and I'm making use of that really as a focal point in this photo. And then just beyond here you can just make out these sort of, what would have been part of an old jetty, I guess. These wooden stakes that sort of lead out into the background there. But this is an f1.8 lens, so what I'm going to do is actually pretty much destroy the background of any real detail, but you'll have basically the whole of this this seaweed here in focus. The stanchions for the old jetty will be out of focus, but you can see them in the scene quite nice and prominent. And obviously then you've got the mountains and the mood of the clouds in the background as well. It looks really quite nice. So I'm going to take this shot and carry on walking. Now I'm talking a little bit quietly because I'm outside someone's house and I have just photographed the house and the car that you can just see here, and I just feel a bit weird about it. But I don't know, it looked really nice. I love that Land Rover, really, really nice. But with this really nice house here with that beautiful balcony on it, it's called the Boat House, and it's got some lovely sort of coastal sort of decorations on the house as well as like a sort of rubber ring thing there called the Boat House. It says the Boat House on it, some nice signage. It just looks really, really quite nice. So I have taken that photo, but I say I'm talking quietly because they're probably asleep for one, and yeah, I just feel a bit weird. So that's 2 photos, and I'm struggling. I am really, really struggling now. The light, as you can see, is really quite flat, unfortunately. So that's an additional challenge I've got this morning. But I really, really want to try and get another couple of photos if I can before I get back to the car. There's an old jetty here. Wondering if I could do something with that. I think it would be better if the tide was a lot higher. Unfortunately, it looks like we're at low tide. So just to, again, add to the challenges this morning. Yeah, it would be nice if the tide was higher. But yeah, poor planning on my part. But I'm going to head down that way and see if we can try and make something with this pier.
Crikey, Martin. I'm not going to lie, matey. I wouldn't know where to start with this.
Now I do hope you can hear me okay, because it's absolutely blowing a hoolie out here. I've got you on the tripod just there, but I've got the legs spread out, so that's why you're quite low, just to try and stop the tripod blowing over. But it's quite interesting out here. Lovely sort of old barnacles and stuff, and seaweed on these sort of old stanchion posts. So I'm wondering if I can try and play with some of these sort of textures and sort of colours that we've got here with this lens, and probably use f1.8 just to sort of make it all about that and blur everything else out. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'm going to have a little play around here and see what we can try and grab. So I do quite like this stanchion post here that's leaning over with this bit of seaweed hanging off it. So I'm shooting at f1.8, 1/320th of a second, just blurring the background out completely, but making it all about this stanchion post and this piece of seaweed here. So just stand back a little bit, frame it nicely, probably about there, take the shot. It's nothing award-winning by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun to try and challenge yourself a little bit. Let's see if we can try and make some more use of this seaweed. So I do like this old sort of stanchion post here, has this bar leading along it with the seaweed all along it. It's really quite nice. Again, using the f1.8 on the lens, just to, yeah, with a lot I've got, I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting. And obviously with the f1.8, I'm able to get lovely bokeh in the background there, which just makes it look a bit more dreamlike, and yeah, it makes you question the image a bit more, you know, what's going on in the background over there. So I'm just framing this up really carefully, making sure I don't fall into the water, and making sure I've got some good separation between the different stanchion posts, so they're not sort of intermingling too much and getting lost. So just, it's a simple case, like with woodland photography, micro movements just to get things in the right position. So I'll just stand here, a bit too close there, come back a little bit. Now this is actually interacting with that sort of back post over there, so you want you to just raise it up a little bit, probably something like that. I'm going to focus on this immediate foreground here, get all the detail and texture there, and let everything else just blur out. Again, nothing award-winning, absolutely not, but it's fun challenging yourself. So let's head back up this way and see if we can find something else.
Tell me, at key points during this, were you waiting for a big splosh?
So I'm almost back at the car now, and also the wife pass has unfortunately expired. I need to get back to the cabin that we're staying in. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this. It's really good. Take yourself out of your comfort zone sometimes and challenge yourself a little. Really enjoyed using this 35mm lens this morning, just trying to capture something a little bit different. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll pass you back to one of the team.
The shambles they really are.
Here we go.
It only ever happens to me.
Right, Dave, what are you up to under here? What's this all about? Oi. I can't see if you're going to move the cloth.
What a contraption.
Yes, great, isn't it? This is a...
No, it's not. It's not great.
It is a great contraption. This is a P1 Sinar Norma built in 1963. So
Norma?
her name is Norma.
It's f***ing enormous is what it is.
It is
It's
enormous.
a right piece of
Piece of Can't
Mate,
say that.
What the hell? What's this do?
Look, don't touch that. That's the aperture thing.
Aperture thing? Is that a technical term?
It's a technical.
What does that
Don't
do?
do that. I've actually leveled all this. Right.
I want to know what lens
Don't
it-
touch that. That's the lens. You'll break it. Just go and stand over there and do your portrait for the show.
I'm not getting involved. You're on your own, mate. I'm having nothing to do with it. It's an antique like you.
That's a bit harsh, Gary.
Brilliant. What am I supposed to do now? I'm trying to do a portrait for the show to show the ladies and gentlemen how to do it properly.
Good luck.
And he stormed off. What I need is a model.
How convenient.
Oh, excuse me, young lady.
Hey.
I don't know whether hello, I don't know if you've heard of me. I'm a professional photographer for a YouTube channel, Thumbs Up Photography. We've got 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if you've heard of YouTube at all before.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube as well,
Are
actually.
you?
Funny
Are
enough,
you?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with it. Anyway, keep using that camera, you'll certainly get there. I wonder if you could do me a favour. I'd like, if possible, to take your portrait with this lovely piece of Swiss technology. It's a 5x4 film camera. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Would that be good?
Yeah,
I will
why
send
not?
it to you afterwards, of course. You'll have a professional photograph signed by myself. Now, what I'd like you to do is maybe a jaunty angle. That's so you can get your camera in as well. Yes, we'll photograph that. And all I'd like you to do is look straight at me. Right, I'm going to get under this. This is called, it's called a dark cloth. Okay, we're going to get under here. Oh yes, I tell you what, that's magnificent. I am very good. Could you just look at me, look straight at the camera, and if I grab my cable release, if you could after 3 say cheese for me, that would be fantastic. 1, 2, 3.
Cheese.
And that will be magnificent. I'll send it to you, but it'll be about 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Thank you so much. I need your address. Just give me that to me in a minute.
Yep.
Well, goodness knows who she was, but she certainly took one for the team.
Wonder what this is. Oh, it's just that photograph that guy took.
The weirdo.
With that huge camera.
The professional. My arse.
What a load of rubbish.
Oh, that's got to be so cathartic.
And I'll hand you back over to Steve.
So now I'm confident I've covered all the outside. It's now ready to concentrate more on the inside. So my next process is I normally start with the cab. So what I'm going to focus on the cab is, has it got electric windows, air conditioning, radio, steering wheel, is it a nice steering wheel? All these modifications, they change in these type of vehicles, so we need to pick up on any modification. I know the dashboard itself has got a modification I've never seen before. It's got like a covered tray on top. Just little things like that we need to pick up on to show the next owner of this fantastic vehicle. So one of the first things I notice is it's got some nice detail here on the handles to match the colour of the vehicle. Some nice blue detail. It's got nice blue carpet inside the doors, again to match the detail. We've got some extra bits here. I'm not sure if that's aftermarket or not, but I've never seen one before. It's a little cover for the top tray. We'll photograph the edge unit, the radio system. Make sure we photograph the aircon button, because some of these vehicles don't have aircon on them. So again, it's really important that you know your vehicle. We've got arm restraints here. It's double passenger seats. Some of them have single. It is a swivel seat, so we can turn that around when we're photographing inside, which makes it look better. We'll photograph probably both ways as well. I also like to photograph how many miles it's done. So one thing I like to do is, it's got electric windows. Again, it's not a given to have electric windows in a van, in a camper van. Most of the new ones do, but I always try and get a shot of the buttons of the electric windows on the doors. Not only that, I can incorporate these door handles that have been painted. So I always try and photograph the air conditioning button. Very important, I think, because like I say, a lot of these vans don't have aircon. It's a real sort of game changer if someone's going to buy a vehicle, especially when they're spending a lot of money on it. What I can see from around here, again, I'll do a similar shot. We'll get the buttons for the electric windows. We'll get the steering wheel, because it's quite a nice steering wheel with the buttons all on. We'll get the mileage, and there's one or two other little extra bits that I've seen that I'm going to photograph. One is it's got aluminium pedals on it with T6 on, so I'm definitely getting them. They're definitely extra, never seen them before. And it's also got the access here to fill the water tank up with, which again, I've never seen that before, so I'm going to get photos of that as well. What I do is I transfer everything into the front so I can photograph the back and hide all this. The reason why I do that, so if I bring it out here, I don't forget it, I don't stand on it, it's got less chance of getting damaged inside, so I'll do that. The only thing I'm going to have to do is turn the chair around first before I do it. Now these seats are great because it's got the roller where you pull the seat back and it should go into place, something like so. Everything's cleaned down. All I need to do now is start shooting this interior. It's fantastic, by the way. Look at this. Look at this. Never seen this before. This is fantastic. So I need to photograph that. I need to capture that. This is where you sleep upstairs in the upstairs bedroom. Obviously 4 people can sleep in this. And then you've got the pull-out bed. There's quite a lot in here. We've got cooker, fridge, night eater, this fantastic headboard. So while I'm sitting here, I might as well start from here. Again, I've got a little bit of a routine. I'll work around the van and then I'll take some shots outside looking in. Depending on the cupboards, I will open some of the cupboards as well. We'll open the cooker and the sink so we can see that open and closed. We'll get all the switches, all the detailed lights, etc. And obviously get this roof as well. This is where the wide angle lens will come in fantastically well. Cupboard wise, there's no need to photograph inside those. I'm going to have a look inside those. I might photograph inside these ones because I normally carry the gas or water and people like to see that. We've also got a little cubby hole here, and we'll also photograph the wardrobe unit. So we've basically got wardrobe and kitchen as 2 separate areas. Again, detail. It's all about detail and photographing that detail. I'm outside. What's been nice is just found a microwave in the cupboard. So I've took some shots of the microwave in the cupboard. That's unusual. So it's good that I've opened the cupboard. So one thing I like to do as well is open the side door and get a shot outside looking in, just to give that sense of sitting there in a nice camper, door open, cup of tea, that type of thing. That's shot. I like to show the tailgate off, or even if it's barn doors, and have a look in the back of the van as well. And then the other thing I do like to do is look over the back seat, looking into the living area of the van as well. Nice wide angle shot. Then the last thing I will do is I will just go walk around the van and see if there's anything that I missed, because I don't want to miss anything, because I don't want to come back. Last thing we've got to do, we've checked everything. I've took some more images, a little detail stuff. All I've got to do now, pop top down and take it back to the guys.
Auto Trader's not going to know what's hit it. Boom!
I've enjoyed this little commercial photography, something a little bit different from the normal landscape stuff, but you can learn so much. But let's head over to North Wales now, where Suggy meets up with Dave.
Oh, lads.
And he gets up early in the morning.
Crikey.
Early in the morning.
You sure?
Let's see what happens.
I'm expecting him to be a right grumpfuttock.
Well, this week, it's pre-dawn, I'm in North Wales and I'm racing to the Ogwen Valley because we're up against it time-wise for sunrise. When I say we, I'm meeting up with Dave Peck, and with time being against us, well really it's can we find a cheeky composition before the light kicks off.
Of course you can.
Looking at that sky though, I think that might be wishful thinking. There's looking like there's quite a lot of cloud over those mountains, but you know what? That might mean a morning of mood and drama. So let's have a look, let's see what we can find.
Oh, mood and drama. Gorgeous. Particularly if it's not of the humankind. Oh, now that looks promising. Nice. There's nothing like a bit of backseat B-roll to keep us stimulated. Now we know that Gary has a penchant for moving water, and he does it blimmin' well. Looking forward to this.
So yeah, it was a bit of a mad rush to get here. When we first pulled up, we could see a sliver of light on the horizon at the end of the valley. Now if that cloud base just stays high enough, the light might just shine through there and it might illuminate Trevan, the mountain behind me. If not, all is not lost. You can probably hear that raging water. I've got these rapids where the water's just rushing between the rocks, the River Ogwen. And I love moving water, not just waterfalls. I just like that drama in my shots. So Dave's got himself set up. I'm watching you with a beady eye because the wind's picked up and that camera keeps shaking. I've got a feeling you might be going over. So I think I'm going to get the Osmo, the Pocket 3 out, maybe just film handheld from here on in. But yeah, just let's play that waiting game.
Oh, come on, I love a bit of water coming towards me. Capturing the power once I've got my composition sorted. Oh, and just watching the subtle changes in each shot. Bring it on, Suggy. Bring it on.
Well, the moment I packed the camera away, got out this little handheld Pocket 3, started talking to you, the wind has completely died. The gods, they play with us photographers, they mess with our heads. So behind me, filming a little thing for his own channel, there's Dave. So yeah, he's filming for his own channel, so yeah, check that out, Dave Peck Photography. And as you'll see behind me, I've got that cascade and I've got the mountain. So there's definitely a little gap in the clouds just on the horizon. I know this because behind you it's catching those mountains. So if the same thing happens with Travan behind me, I think we could get something quite magical. So as far as the composition goes, in my foreground I've got some clumps of heather. Now it is the first week in September, so it's definitely well past its prime, but it has still got a little bit of purple about it. And that's going to lend itself really well. If we don't get the sunrise, we don't get that colour in the clouds, we are getting a little bit of sort of purple and sort of a bruised colour in those clouds above the mountain, and I like that drama, those colours, they set it off really well. But the advantage of going with a wide angle lens and aiming it down at that heather at 15mm is you get lens distortion on the mountain and it stretches it up. It's already a quintessential Toblerone triangle shaped mountain, it's famous for it, but by using that wide angle lens you're really adding to that shape, really adding to that drama, it really juts up into the sky. So that's the plan, just keep having to battle with that wind, it keeps whistling through the valley, makes it difficult to talk to you guys, makes it difficult to stand here, always having to hold on to the trademark hat. But yep, just keep seeing little catches of light in that valley up there. Dare we dream, dare we hope, time will tell. Oh, we dared to dream, and we got it. We got light, we got shaftage.
Oh, you jammy buggers.
We got the Duke of Essex, and he is a happy bunny. Are you happy, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Understatement. Very happy. So it was a mad dash sunrise, as it always is. I didn't get really a chance to talk to Dave when we were down there. What we've done is we've retired back to his van, got a bit of shelter away from the wind. So did you enjoy it, Dave?
Mate, it was amazing. What a great composition. Really like that, and the light eventually came out on Trafan, and we were dancing like headless chickens. Woo, woo, woo.
Well, that's it.
Great time.
And I think the original plan was to actually walk up a little bit further, up into the hills, up into the mountains. Well, two reasons. One, as I said, we were rushing against time. Two, David was with me. I don't go up hills or just walking in general if I can get away with it. So that's as close as the side of the road as you can get. And I think you get a lot of bang for your buck at that place.
I'll say, chaps.
Definitely. So as I've kept saying, it was an absolute mad rush to get that shot. But what it did mean is I was straight out of bed, jumped in the car. I didn't get any breakfast. I am absolutely starving. I'm famished. I could do with something to eat and I need it now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm starving, mate.
might be able to help you out there, buddy.
Oh wow, what are you offering, Dave?
Sausage, sir?
Oh, I do like a sausage, yeah. Yeah, go on then, I'll have one. Hang on a minute. Are these legit? They're not off the back of a lorry?
Oh yeah, they're genuine. They're from China, or certainly a plate.
Go on then, I'm starving. Go on then, yeah. Oh, hang on a minute, how much?
They're only £1.
Oh, £1, yeah, excellent.
Yeah, plus £849 handling charge.
The Duke of Essex strikes.
And on that bombshell, over to one of the others.
Oh, he's the king of gaffer tape.
In the creation of this show, there's often moments we often return to. A wall camp shared between myself and Martin. 2 head torches in the dark, the hiss of a stove, and a simple conversation about photography adventures. The conversation began a spark, a first breath of a series you're watching today. Through the work of a man whose connection to the outdoors runs deep, Chris Homer, a photographer, videographer, a dedicated wild camper, with an instinct for finding moments most of us only dream of. Over the years, circumstances have kept me from getting to these high places and viewing these amazing conditions. But Chris has carried the torch, climbing further, rising earlier, and seeking conditions that push beyond the ordinary. High on the mountains of Snowdonia, Chris breaks through the morning mist, merging above the sea of cloud. What follows is a rare window into the kind of landscape photographer paradise we all chase. Above the Clouds by Chris Homer.
Hello, Thumbs Up photography crew. My name is Chris Homer. I've been a specialist cameraman for almost 20 years, and Steve has kindly asked me to do a little segment for Thumbs Up to tell you a little bit about wild camping photography and what I do and why I do it. I've filmed all sorts over the years, a lot of football, an awful lot of horse racing, rugby, cricket, athletics, the UEFA Euros, the Olympics. I filmed in some 35 countries, flown all over the world, travelled business class, stayed in the best hotels. I've eaten quail's eggs at Royal Ascot, but I'm quite fond of yomping through the boggy Welsh countryside, all in 20 kilos of gear up a mountain, doing some photography on the summits and eating a pot noodle in my tent. This is living the dream, honestly. First thing I usually do when I get here is set up this. It's a time-lapse camera. This is an old Sony A7 III with a 20mm f1.8 lens. This is a bit of a tradition of mine. I get here, I set this up, and I leave it on for 18 to 24 hours, soaking up the view. On this occasion, not exactly hard work. We've got Travan Mountain poking up out of the cloud. It looks like a shark's fin sticking up out of the sea of clouds. And this will stay on for 18 to 24 hours. Hopefully this will develop into a nice night sky afterwards. It's tricky in this weather. Time-lapse is very tricky. It's so humid. As soon as the air cools down, the glass on the front of this lens will almost certainly steam up, so I'll be putting a lens warmer on it to try and stop that from happening and seeing how we get on. While that's working, while it's brewing, quite often doing photography with a different camera. This is a Sony ZV E1. This is my video camera, but it's pretty decent for photography as well. I often bring a long lens, and then you can sit up here, 800 meters we are, on a mountain called Voil Goch. Sit up here with a telephoto lens and pick off some detail. I've currently got the Carnadai, Travan, Pen yr Ogwen, the Gliderai. This is Glidderfach, and then out here is Snowdon. There's Crib Goch over a sea of cloud. Snowdon, Ethlawedd, all very nice. Sport for choice. Also got the drone on standby. And the kettle. You really can't beat it, honestly. It can suck at times. You can be clagged in, rainy, windy. It's moments like this that really make you appreciate it. It's a lot of gear to carry. Currently at 20 kilos today. Last couple of times out I was at 25 and 27. So I've made a few adjustments to the gear, a few sacrifices, less batteries, different tripods. I'm on lightweight tripods, which are not great, but you need to make these savings because my fitness is not what it used to be. But anyway, look at this. Once you're here, this is what you get. I don't really need to sell it much, do I? How did I get into it? Wild camping, photography. For me, I think for a lot of people, I ended up sleeping in my car a bit, driving to a location to film a sunrise, waking up at 4 AM. I did this in Snowdonia quite a lot. I'd park at the bottom of Snowdon, 3, 4 AM, get out the car, 4 hours up the hill to film sunrise. And then it often wasn't what I wanted. And I soon came to realise that if I just carry an extra few kilos of gear, quite a few extra kilos sometimes, pitch a tent up like I did today. I was up here for midday, set my camp up, set the tripods up, got all my gear out, got everything ready. And I can spend 24 hours here and just really maximise the time, come back with something that's... Well, you've just got more of a chance to grab those magic moments. I'm not really struggling today, am I? But you're here in the day, you're at sunset, you're at dusk, you're here through the night for astro, you're here for dawn, you're here for sunrise, and then you can stay as long as you like. On this occasion, for example, I brought a few extra kilos of food and water, so I can stay up here for 3 days if I like. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but it's tempting. So anyway, if this doesn't sell wild camping photography for you, I don't know what will. Thanks, Steve, for the opportunity. I love thumbs up, watched all the episodes, and appreciate what you guys have been doing. And thanks for having me on. Out.
And we love you too.
Sadly, we've come to the end of another episode of Thumbs Up the Photography Show. But first of all, I'd just like to go over and recap some of my favourite images from this show. Then we'll head over to Louise, where she can tell you what's coming up in the next few episodes.
Next time, they're getting weirdly excited about a shutter sound. I leg it straight from work to the South Downs.
Now, I am absolutely not dressed for a photography recce, but it doesn't matter.
We explore a waterfall in Scotland for a one-shot wonder feature. Oh, it does look chilly, Gary. Martin and Colin advise on shooting thunderstorms, and no, it doesn't end well. Still, no one died, so all good. By heck, Colin, you're looking smoking. See you next time, chaps. Take care.